Hello everybody, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be doing our end of the month budget, basically closing up January, and we're going to be starting February. So I'm going to do a February monthly reset tomorrow, and today we're going to be just closing up January. So if you've got your BFF, grab it and we can do this together. If you don't have your BFF, just a heads up, we only have 5 BFFs left and it's currently on sale, so you can grab it using the link below. So the first thing we're going to start with is having a look at this week that we just came out of, how much we have spent and compared to how much we budgeted. And I'm just going to grab my pen. Let me know if this pen is too light for you guys. I just think it is much more consistent. So for Teller, we had budgeted 355. So Teller is a business expense, and we ended up spending 362. So we went over a little bit. Please don't mind the bird at the background. I don't know what's going on with this. I tried waiting for it, but I don't want to wait any longer. For laundry, we spent 196. Facebook is the same. For the loan, it's the same minimum payment. Credit card, we didn't put any money on credit card for now. For car insurance, it's the same. They did emailing me telling me it's going to increase, so I really want to change this as soon as possible. Wi-Fi, we ended up spending the 400. And for food, we ended up spending 880. So that's like what I should be budgeting for per week, because that's how much I end up spending usually. We are being very frugal this month on food, so it's just been a really hectic time, but we do have a lot of goals that do require us to go through what we're going through to find the goal at the end of the day, which is to pay off Skylar's school fees and to attack, some debts and things like that. So we are prioritizing that over savings, but we'll go through my savings shortly. So week 5, which is this week, so this video is going up on a Saturday. I'm recording it on a Friday afternoon. So I'm going to cover what we had spent money on this week. So the first one is obviously rent. The second one is food. The third one is giving. Then GoDaddy. So GoDaddy is what I use to host my shop, so my domain. And then toiletries. And then after that, power, so electricity and Shopify. Okay, so for rent is due on the 1st. So when this goes up, it's going to be the 1st, and the amount due is 10,800 Rand. And so far, as this week ends on the 31st of January, we have paid, let me just calculate it for you. Out of the 10,800, we have 2,500 to go. So we've paid 8,300 Rand. So tomorrow we will pay the rest and finish off with that. For food, we actually budgeted 800 Rand, but we ended up spending only 700 Rand. Again, we are being very frugal. We are meal prepping. We're buying a lot of mints and like bulking it up just so we can focus on our other financial goals while we are working on increasing our income and also paying off our debts to build that wealth. And then 1.5, which is 1.5 GoDaddy. I actually had budgeted 500 Rand for that, but I ended up spending only 430. Toiletries, I actually budgeted just 150. So for toiletries, I actually just needed Nurofen, so for period pain, some toothpaste and stuff, and we ended up only spending 33 Rand because of the points that I had at Clicks. So that was very helpful. So for electricity, we just needed to top it up, so we only put in 250 Rand. And then for Shopify, because usually end of December, January, we have a high volume of orders, Shopify monthly payment increases. So we budgeted 2,700 Rand, but we spent 2,650. So that is how this week went. Last week, week 3, week 2, and week 1. So now if I have a look at how much I have spent this month, I know how to also divide it per week, especially if you are self-employed or you get paid weekly. You know that this is how much I need to target each week in order for me to pay my bills. Now this budget is a bit off. The reason why I'm saying that is because there's really big payments that happen only in January. So for example, with Skylar's school fees, as you can see, the budget for this month was 10,000. We've only paid 5,000 so far. But as you can see, like, we cannot say this is a normal budget. This is just me trying to budget ahead. Same thing, we've got Shopify twice because we had to pay the actual payment for Shopify, which is a yearly bill, and then every other month you just pay per order. It's a certain percent per order. And also, like, for example, GoDaddy, you're only going to see it in January. So this month's budget is a bit, off. It's not like a usual budget that you're used to, but it's just to make sure that we are not living month to month. If there's a way for you to pay some bills yearly, then I try and opt for that. Like, for example, school fees. I don't want to pay monthly for school fees. I want it to be done for the whole year and then focus on other things like investing, saving, paying off debt. Okay, so now let's move on to the closing of the budget, which will be this sheet over here, which is the sheet before February. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write everything in categories. As you can see here, it says expense category, budget, actual percentage, up or down. So we're going to write it in categories. Total monthly income that we're working with this month was 55, including savings for school fees and stuff like that. So what I want you to do now is flip over to the page that we did our budget categories. Do you remember when we recorded this video? If you didn't do this, then go watch the categories video so that you can divide your expenses into categories, and then take all of these categories and now put them over here where we're closing up our budget. So the first category that I'm going to start with, I'm not going to go in order, I'm going to go in priority. The first category I'm going to start with is household. Household. And then the second category I'm going to go with is utilities. And then another category that I'm going to go with is food. And then the next category will be debt. Another category that I'm going to go with is health and insurance. So I made it one category, you don't have to. Health and insurance. And then another category is going to be Scala. Another one will be a business category. So if you're new to my channel, Scala is our daughter. And then we're going to go with entertainment. And then after that will be savings and investments, and then beauty and miscellaneous. Okay, so these are our categories in my home. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which equals the amount of categories that you are going to find over here. So how much did we budget on each category? So now that's when you open up your budget and you calculate how much you budgeted on each category. So what I'm going to do to make this a little bit easy for me is I'm going to highlight my categories. Baby, can you put pencil case up? Sorry. What's up with these birds? It's like they're just all here having a party. I'm going to highlight household in blue. And then I'm going to highlight utilities in like this peach color. And I'm going to highlight food in purple. Then I'm going to highlight debt in this yellow orange looking color. Then I will highlight health and insurance in green. And then Scala, we're going to highlight Scala in orange. And business, we are going to use another dark blue. I think those are the only highlighters I have. I need to buy more highlighters. I also have this blue, but I don't think it's going to look the same as household. So I'm going to put it on like entertainment or something. Oh, I see, it looks the same. So, with too much blue. But that's basically what we're going to do. So I'm going to have to try my best to get 12 highlighters. I will go check at Walton's and see what colors they have. I need like maybe like a pink or whatever. So under budgeted, now I'm going to look under my categories and see what was under household. So it was toiletries, church, cleaning supply, rent, and laundry. So now when I go to my spending with my blue for household, I'm going to find all of those. So we had, what was it? Toiletries. So there is toiletries over here. There is rent over here. So much was budgeted and spent. Was there anything here? Over here? Was there anything here? Cleaning supply, toiletries, laundry. There is laundry right here. Here. Food, no. Petrol charges, Scala, Tala, laundry. Car. You guys said you missed these kind of videos, so it's going to be a long video, and I really hope you appreciate it. Facebook loan, car, food, no, and here power. Okay, I think that is all the household I can find. Nothing here. Church, oh yeah, here, giving, so church, rent. Okay, that is it. So now I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to calculate how much we actually budgeted for household, which is going to be the column under budgeted. So for laundry, 350 plus another 450 here, and over here rent of 10,800, and then 1,500 and 150, which is 13,250 is what we had budgeted. Let's just zoom you guys in. So 13,250. But how much did we actually end up spending? Calculate how much you actually spent. It's going to be under the actual column that you wrote down when you look at your app or the deductions or your slip if you paid cash, to write down your actual. So for laundry, 408 plus 196 plus 8,300 plus 1,500 plus 33. We ended up spending 10,437 on household this month. 10,437. Okay, so utilities. Now you're just going to do the same thing for all of them. So let's have a look at utilities. Again, you guys asked for this kind of video. I really hope that it won't be too long and boring for you. So under utilities, I've got electricity, water, Wi-Fi, data. This is an example I did for everyone. If you don't want this, just scratch it off and put whatever you want to put under utilities. So for us, we don't really track water, so we put electricity, Wi-Fi. We don't really use data as well. So for utilities, we used a peach color one. So we've got power over here. Do I have anything else? Nope. Anything else here? Where do I put bank charges? Let's have a look and see. Where do I put bank charges? I think I'm going to add bank charges under utilities because I don't have it anywhere here on my categories. So I'm just going to add it there. Bank charges. So now I will just do that. Here, eat out, petrol, Adobe food, FedEx uniform, eat out, Shopify food, gap cover, petrol, teller, Facebook, loan, credit card, car, Wi-Fi, food, GoDaddy, power. Okay, so these are all the utilities expenses. So how much we had budgeted was 400 over here, 560, 400, and 250, which is 1,610. And if I'm not mistaken, we did spend the exact amount that we budgeted. Pretty predictable, the utilities. So we did spend 1,610. Now when it comes to food, so for us food, we include both groceries and eating out. It's all the same thing. So here we didn't spend money on food the first week. Second week, okay, we did eat out. We also have groceries here. Here we've got some food spending as well. We also ate out here, but we did use eBucks, so I'm not gonna obviously calculate that. And we also had food, another food over here. Okay, that is all with food. And how much in total did we budget for food? So 400 here, 1,000 here, 800 here, 1,000 here, 800 here. And that is 4,000 Rand that we budget on food for a family of 3, which is 2 adults and 1 toddler or child. Is she still a toddler? She's 6. She's a child. 500, that is how much we actually spent. 500, 880 plus another 880 plus another 880 plus a 700. So we spent 3,840. So that's around how much we spend on food. The goal is to reduce this to at least 3,500 and try and reduce it more. I don't know how, but that's the goal. The next one is debt, which we used a yellowish highlighter. So let's have a look at week 1. Is there any debt that goes off? There's medical. Nope. Week 2. Scala, hair, petrol, Adobe, no. Week 3, FedEx, uniform, Shopify, no. Teller, Facebook. So it's on week 4 when we got the loan, and we've got the credit card, cars, car insurance, GoDaddy, and Shopify. So those are the 2 debts, which is our personal loan and our credit card. And we had budgeted 9663 plus 2000, 11,663. 11,663. And how much we ended up spending was just the 9,663. 9,663 so far. Health and insurance. So we've got wills that we need to budget for. We've got life insurance. We've got medical aid. We've got Scala here, petrol, Adobe, Teller, Facebook, car insurance. Did I create a car? I didn't create a car. So what am I going to do is, I didn't create like a transportation one. So I'm going to add petrol on. Just trying to see where can I add petrol. I think I should have added it on maybe household expense. Maybe I should add it on utilities. Yeah, I think I'll add petrol on utilities. And then car insurance is already on health and insurance. Okay, so I'm going to have to redo utilities a little bit. Where was I? So we've got medical, okay, gap cover. And that is it on health and insurance. So how much we actually budgeted for that? So we've got 370. A lot of it is fixed in bills, so it doesn't really change. How much you budgeted is how much you usually pay for your health and your insurance, and then gap cover of 500. What we budgeted. So our health and our insurance is 6,713 every month that we have to budget for. So 6,713. How much we actually spent though? So 370 plus 2470 plus 3373, and then plus 523. So 6736. 6736. Okay, so for utilities, I think we should make that change, or I could just add it on entertainment so that I'm not like changing things. So I'm going to add petrol and entertainment, even though it's not an entertainment expense, but I'll just add it there, just, you know, for now. Okay, Scala is the next one. So having a baby is quite pricey, but we would never change that for nothing. We love her and we cannot imagine our life with her. Isn't it weird? Like, we had Scala almost 7 years ago now, and I just can't even remember my life before. Like, how was life without her? It's just like life makes sense with her. So we've got Scala over here. What else? Facebook, car, uniform, GoDaddy, Shopify. Yeah, that is it. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't add car insurance into health and insurance. Oh, that's where I got confused. Okay, let's just fix that. So on health insurance was 6713 plus 1192 for car insurance. So 7905 is health and insurance. 7905. So now I'm going to take that amount 6736 and plus 1192, and 7928 is what we actually spent. That's why I love these pens. 7928 is what we actually spent. Okay, let's calculate Skylar's expenses now. So for Skylar, we actually budgeted 10,000 plus the uniform of 1,500. So 11,500 Rand was Skylar's budget. Skylar's budget. And we actually ended up spending only 1,330 plus 550, which is 6,380. Okay, so business expense. This one might be the annoying one, very high, but that comes with having a business. And again, if you want to have a business, an online brand specifically, then join the Cornerstone Club, or you can purchase the course that I have if you don't want to do the monthly subscription, and that's just going to give you an insight and help on how to start your own business, and how to build an online brand and find your brand voice. So we also have this one over here. So Canva, business expense, Adobe Suite, got Tela, got Facebook, FedEx, Shopify, GoDaddy, another Shopify. Okay, so let's calculate the business expenses for this month. So 240 plus 7,000 plus 1,300 plus 355 plus 210 plus 1,400 plus 6,500 plus 500 plus 2,700. Whoa! Oh my gosh! 20,205 was what I had initially budgeted for business expenses. So how much did we actually end up spending though? 218 plus 7,000 plus 1,271 plus 1,516 plus 6,810 plus 430 plus 2,650, 19,895. Whoops. 19,895 is how much we actually ended up spending. Okay, next one, entertainment. So entertainment, we're going to use this blue highlighter, light bluish. So for entertainment, we've got Disney Plus, which my mom pays for, but she deposits to me, it comes out of my account or whatever. We've got Apple. We actually didn't pay for Netflix this month, which is good. Because we just were like, we don't really need it. We're trying to really focus on our priorities currently. And I think for entertainment, we also said we are going to add petrol, even though it's not an entertainment. I just don't have a transport category. So those are the three for now. So Disney Plus is 159. Oops, sorry. 159, and Apple 200. and petrol 300, another petrol 300. You can see I haven't gone anywhere. I've literally been at home. That's why I haven't spent too much on petrol. And even now I'm still left with like half a tank, and the last time I put petrol was that week there, so it's quite good actually. 959 is what we initially budgeted for entertainment, and how much we actually spent is, so 159. Disney Plus doesn't change. Apple, we did spend 200, and petrol was 300 and 300, so plus 600. So we did end up spending the exact same that we had budgeted. All right, savings. I don't really have much on savings. As you can see, we've got 1,000 Rand, and we saved 1,000 Rand. So we budgeted 1,000, which is I have to say, my lowest month on saving, just because it's been a lot, guys. So retirement and investment, the only one we put money in was retirement, which we always put 1.5, and we did put 1.5. I did want to open a new investment, but I ended up prioritizing other things like school fees and stuff. So hopefully from next month, so end of February, hopefully we're going to be seeing a totally different amount on investment. And then beauty, so hair and stuff. I only did my hair, and I actually also did my nails yesterday, so I need to put that on. So nails, which I budgeted 500 and ended up spending 529. Don't ask me why. So for beauty, it's hair and nails. So we budgeted 700 and 500, so 1,200 Rand. And we spent 800 plus 529, 1,329 on beauty. And as you can see, I haven't done my lashes because I'm just trying to focus on paying off debt. Miscellaneous, we didn't have any money budgeted on miscellaneous. Tough month, really tough. So we didn't spend anything miscellaneously anyways. So yeah, just thought I should put that out there. So I'm just going to put this and this here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these two up to find out how much we budgeted and how much we ended up spending in total. So household 13,250 plus utilities of 1,610 plus food of 4,000 plus debt of 11,663 plus health and insurance of 7,905 plus Scala of 11,500 plus business expense of 2205. As you can see, we're already way up, plus entertainment of 959 plus savings of 1,000 plus 1.5 plus 1.2. So the total amount we actually budgeted was 74,792. I hope you guys can see that. Sorry, the handwriting looks bad. But how much we actually spent, so 10,437 plus 1,610 plus 3,840 plus 9,663 plus 7,928 plus 6,380 plus 1,9895 plus 959 plus 1,000 plus 1,500 plus 1,329 equals to 6,4,541. 6,4,541. 9,541. So what does this tell you? So if you look at how much we actually spent compared to how much actually came into our account for this month, we are over budget in this month. So if you go minus 55 by 9,541, which is an intense amount that we had to unfortunately dip into our savings for. So we are over budget by 9,541. 9,541. So being so over my budget by this amount tells me two things. Number one, that I need to find a way to increase our income so that we can put this money back into our savings that we had dipped in. Number two is that I need to properly set up our budget for the following January, because obviously January is hectic with all the yearly expenses, like your business expenses. There's a lot of things we paid for this month that are for the whole year. Like, for example, as you can see here, there's a business expense of 7,000. You won't see this ever again in the budget up until next year, January. There's another Shopify expense of 6,500 rand. You won't see this up until next year, January. So those kind of bills I need to properly budget for, but also for Scala school fees, being so high, so that we can sort it out and not pay monthly. So it looks very high and intense, and obviously we are over budget looking at our actual income, but it's because of the yearly expenses that we are trying to get out of the way and not have to have a lot of expenses coming off and debit orders and stuff. I'm not a fan of those kind of things. Okay, so now let's have a look at how much have we actually spent compared to, what is the highest percentage, and is it aligned with our priorities? So if we look at how much we spent compared to our income, so if I go 10,437, is it divide 55,000%? Yes, divide 55,000%. Okay. Sorry guys, I had to just try and figure that out. So out of our income, 18.9% went to household. 18.9% went to our household. And the next one is utilities. So I just want you to see the calculator as well. Okay, here we go. So utilities is 1610, and 1610 to the income is 2.9%. And then we've got food of 3840 to the income is 6.9%. And then we've got debt of 9663 to the income is 17.5%. And the next one is health and our insurance of 7928 to the income of 55,000 is 14.4%. And Scala of 6380 to the income, 6380 to the income of 55,000 is 11.6%. And the next one is the business expense, which will be the most that we spent on this month. But if you're a business owner, you know what I mean when I say there's these payments that happen at the beginning or once a year that cost you a lot. That is 36% of our income went to the business, but 100% of our income comes from the business. So everything makes sense. 959, which is entertainment, to the income is 1.7%. See, that it makes sense to me that out of our expenses to entertainment, only 1% goes to entertainment. It will be a problem for me if I'm looking at our budget and 15% is going to entertainment. So this is great to have a look, and then you can see what are you prioritizing, because remember, numbers don't lie. And I know a lot of people hate that saying, especially if you work in corporate with spreadsheets, and then your manager comes and tells you numbers don't lie, but they don't see the input that you put in, but they are just judging according to the numbers. So it's the same thing with your budget. When you do your budget and you do your close up like me, if you are doing it with me right here, you can see what your budget is telling you. It's telling you that, hey, Norma, you're prioritizing your business. You're prioritizing your household, number 2. Number 3, you're prioritizing your debt. Number 4, you're prioritizing Scout. It makes sense to me. That is my priorities in order of my top 5. But I would like to add some things like the one I'm putting in now. So investments of 1.5 to the income is 2.7%. See, that doesn't make me happy. I don't like that. Only 2% of our income goes to investments. We need to make our money work for us. So we need to up that. 55 and 2.4% and 0%. Okay, that is our close up of the budget for this month of January. A very long video, almost 45 minutes long. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And as I said, so if I had to grab my highlighter right now and I highlight the top 5 for me, so I can use my actual green pen and write them down and go. Number 1 is business expense. Number 2 is household. Number 3 is debt. Number 4 is health and insurance. Number 5 is Scala. So this is our top 5. This is our top 5. That one, household, debt, health and insurance, and Scala. These are our non-negotiables. So if I'm having a look at my budget like this right now, and it tells me that you are prioritizing your business, then it's absolutely correct, because I am. Our income comes from our business. So I am prioritizing my business. I want that to grow. And yes, right now it's a lot compared to the income we are receiving. But as we pour into a business, in the long run, it's going to be like more income that we're receiving for the business because of the amount of money that we're pouring in to invest in other things and stock and stuff. Number 2 is household. That is a main priority. If we don't have a home, we don't have anything. So that is number 2 of our priorities. Number 3 is debt. We're trying to get out of debt, so we're going to put as much as we can. So we hopefully not going to be seeing any debt by next year at this time when I do my budget with you guys. Number 4 is health and insurance. Yes, we need wills. Yes, we need life insurance. We need income protection. We need critical illness protection, disability protection. Skylar needs her education protection. All of that, we need that in our household in order for us to be protected. But we also need medical aid. You know, if anything had to happen, we need to go see a doctor, and we need medical aid if I had to fall pregnant or whatever. I wouldn't want to go to a hospital that I won't be comfortable in. So yes, we are prioritizing those kind of things. So number 4, it's absolutely correct. And then number 5, Skylar. So she is a priority, obviously, in our life. We want to pay off her school fees. We want her to have all her uniform, her stationery, everything that she needs. So everything over here is aligned with our goals. Our goal is to have a house in a nice area where we enjoy and feel safe. So it is going to be expensive. It's not going to be cheap. Our goal is for our business to grow. Our goal is for Skylar to go to a good school. So again, it's not going to be cheap. Our goal is to be protected. Our goal is to get out of debt. Okay. And then you have a look at what is the next one, number 6. So that is food. So obviously it will fall food as number 6 because our priority is to eat food, but also it's not to spend so much money on just food. And our least priority is entertainment. So it does make sense that entertainment gets 1% of our income. But for the month, we are way over budget compared to the income we receive. But if you look at our expenses, they make sense to us. We did have to dip into our savings, so now we know that we need to grow our income in order to pay back our savings, which is perfectly fine. Now the video is almost an hour long. The next step that I was going to do now is I was going to do my saving charts over here, you know, the trackers at the back. So these trackers over here. So these trackers over here. So I was going to do all of that now with you guys, but this is just too long. So this is going to be part 1 of us ending the month, and then I'm going to do another video of like a reset for February, where I'm going to be doing the trackers with you guys, so the saving trackers, the debt trackers, and also setting up a budget for February. So look out for that video going up on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys said you missed these kind of videos, you want these kind of videos, and I really hope I see the thumbs up, the likes, the comments, because that's going to help my channel grow and bring in that income to grow this business so that we can get out of the debt, which is the main goal this year. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Bye.